And you know what time it is? It's time for KP's Video News. KP's Video News, y'all. KP's Video News, y'all. KP's Video News, y'all. Right.
That's right, KP's Video News, y'all. I'm back with another episode. Try to get some of this black history up in here. Just a little bit of black history and a little bit of new history that's being made by black people, and everything that we're doing is positive out there. Bunch of positive influences and a bunch of black people out there trying to get some things done today. And I'm going to start with a story that probably a lot of people probably missed. And I'm guilty of that, and I missed it. So this is history, so I'm gonna throw it out here today. And this was New York City's first and only black mayor that passed away at age 93. Rest in peace, David Dinkins, who made history in 1990 when he became the first and to date still the only black mayor of New York City. And the NYPD reportedly received a call from Dinkins' residence in Manhattan about an unconscious person having difficulty breathing. And current New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio confirmed Dinkins' death the next day. And Shirlane and our mourning, and a truly great man, David Dinkins, simply set the city on a better path. De Blasio took to Twitter with their photo. He was my mentor, he was my friend, and he was a steadfast commitment to fight for that gorgeous mosaic. Inspires me every single day. We'll keep up his fight. And New York Governor Andrew Cuomo stated that he also shared a photo of himself and Dinkins on Twitter, writing, "New York lost a remarkable civic leader." And Dinkins started his political career in the New York State Assembly back in 1966. And for a decade, he was a city clerk before becoming president of the borough of Manhattan in 1986. And he was elected as mayor in 1990. During his tenure, and during his tenure, murders and other crimes were high, yet he was the one responsible for the major expansion of the NYPD that is credited as one of the major factors in decreasing crime. He also improved Times Square and the housing in Harlem, Bronx, and Brooklyn. In 1993, Dinkins lost his mayoral race to his political rival, Rudy Giuliani, who went on to teach at Columbia University and serve on boards of civic and charitable organizations that mostly focused on children and race. Dinkins passed away 6 weeks following the death of his wife, Joyce Dinkins, at the age of 89, and he is survived by their 2 children and 2 grandchildren. And I didn't know that his wife had passed 6 weeks prior to him passing. Wow. So that I'll be hearing stories like that sometimes. You got people that's been together for 30, 40, 50 years, man, 60 years, and then when one passes, the next one, the spouse passes away within a very short period of time. So they was definitely soulmates for sure. Rest in peace, Mr. Dinkins. And that's some history that kind of got past me, but this is Our History Month, so I'm doing that. I'm going back, and now I'm going to the next story. This is ongoing, and this is what's happening right now, right today, in the city of Chicago. You have black business owners in Chicago partner to help prevent local carjackings. Early Walker, the founder of a local towing service, is partnering with several black and minority-owned security agencies to help stop carjackings. Early Walker, founder and owner of W&W Towing, has partnered with Stephanie Coleman, aldermen of Chicago's 16th Ward, and several black and minority-owned security agencies to announce a special patrol of gas stations within the Inglewood and beyond. This comes in response to a recent drastic increase in carjackings throughout Chicago and southern Cook County. It has been apparent that the recent increase in carjackings has triggered the mindsets of law-abiding citizens to proceed with caution while driving, says Walker. He adds, as a towing owner, I see firsthand of the volumes of residents who have been victimized. We often recover their vehicles and hear their accounts of terrifying instances of how they were victimized. Hopefully, our efforts will help curb this violent plague. The security firms that have been personally selected by Walker have formulated a strategic plan that will allow their officers to provide 2 hours of monitoring of gas stations. It has been widely known that a significant number of carjackings occur at gas stations. Women have been the most targeted. He said, I'm grateful to Mr. Walker and the security firm for assisting me in keeping Inglewood safe. Aggravated carjackings are punishable by 6 to 30 years in prison in the state of Illinois, but there is currently a high bar for prosecutors to prove it, which makes today's action by Walker that much more imperative, said Alderman Coleman. The Citgo gas station located at 59th and Ashland was unfortunate scene of a carjacking of a woman on Christmas morning 2020, and the victim of the incident was also present at the press conference to publicly express her thoughts concerning the violent pandemic. Mr. Walker, Alderman Coleman, and security firm owners publicly detail their strategic plan for now. Designated gas stations are being monitored by security firms between 5 and 7 p.m. daily, and the group is publicly encouraging women to pump their gas at these specific gas stations during the monitoring time. There's also a strong presence of security cars and employees available to the media. And so that's pretty cool, man. They trying to do something. They're trying to get, it's a rash of carjackings happening in Chicago, and I've been hearing about the same situation happening in LA too, where you got these guys, these basic teenagers, 13, 14, 15 years old out there carjacking people just because they out there joyriding. They stealing people's cars and they just riding around in them, and they're not doing nothing with the cars, just riding around in them, and they don't even have a driver's license, most of them. Anyway, on to the next story. We have an innocent black man who spent 37 years in prison, and he's now free after the witness admits to lying. As Walter Forbes, an African-American man who was wrongfully convicted and had served 37 years of his life sentence, is now finally free following the confession of the star witness, Anise Kennebrew. She has admitted to lying in her previous testimony. In 1982, Forbes was convicted for arson and murder of Kennebrew's after Kennebrew's false statements linked him to the crime he did not commit. Court documents from an evidentiary hearing in February 2020 stated that Kennebrew was intimidated into doing so by 2 local men who knew her from around the neighborhood and who had threatened to harm her and her family if she did not implicate Mr. Forbes. The case rooted in an incident on July 11, 1982, when Forbes broke up a bar fight and was shot by Dennis Hall. The next day, Hall was killed in a fire in his apartment. Kennebrew then testified that Forbes and 2 other men burnt down Hall's apartment. Kennebrew decided to admit that she lied in her testimony in 2017, and it was found that the owner of the apartment burned it down to get insurance money, making him responsible for Hall's death. The owner was convicted of the arson, but was not officially incriminated in Hall's death. Despite all that, Kennebrew will not get any punishment and can could just get away with the lie she did 37 years ago, since the statute of limitations for perjury only lasts 6 years. Moreover, Forbes, who is now 63 years old, said he already forgave her and the other people who were at fault for having convicted him. He said he is just thankful that he is finally with his family again after a long time, and it was one of those moments where all you can do is grin. He said, after 37 years in prison, man, the guy still got a positive outlook. 37 years wrongfully convicted, man, for a crime he did not commit. Turns out the doggone owner of the apartment building was the one that burnt the damn place down. It wasn't him. Anyway, we have a black-owned credit card app launched to help you improve and manage your credit score. So that's a good thing. Timothy Griggs, with 30 years of experience in the mortgage industry, has designed and launched an app called the Good Steward Financial System to help users manage their credit cards all in one place instead of having to log in to multiple apps and websites to decide which credit card is best to use for a transaction. This mobile app consolidates all of the important information into one interface. This app launches just in time because many credit card companies are having a hard time managing the influx of traffic to their call centers and their mobile apps. The mobile app connects you directly with the back end of your credit card processing companies through an API and avoids the slow information acquisition that plagues the credit cards apps daily. By the year 2023, revolving credit card debt will expand by another $100 billion from 1.8 trillion. Now is the time to monitor and be strategic about your revolving credit, and its mobile credit card app will help you do just that. According to payments.journal.com, consumer debt is increasing at a 5% rate, and U.S. consumers devote 10% of their disposable income to non-mortgage debt. That's 10% of their disposable income to non-mortgage debt. Man, that's sad. This is a trend that this credit score management app is looking to change. When Timothy Griggs was asked why did he launch this mobile app, he says, "In my decades of experience in the mortgage business, it has been heartbreaking to see so many lose the opportunity to be homeowners because of one or two bad decisions after they had been approved." And a credit card management app features debt to income ratio calculator, the EFX credit score, 3 transaction history, 4 bank account integration, and 5 security portal. Excuse me. When G. Scott, the SEO queen, was asked what she thought about the credit score management app, she commented, "This app is aesthetically pleasing, and I am happy to go into the next year with this tool to help me manage all the moving parts of my finances more efficiently and effectively." This app is available for download to your Android or Apple device by visiting TGSISThegoodsteward.com. That's TGSISthegoodssteward.com. Timothy Griggs is a real estate mogul and the CEO and founder of the Good Steward Financial System and the TGS app. He is also experienced mortgage broker with Griggs Mutual Realty Management, and so you gotta check him out. Check it out, and I'll definitely write that down. I'll definitely put the link there so you can get a chance to check that out. Now, on to inspiration. This is a little inspiration here, a little positive inspiration. And this person is an inspiration, should be an inspiration for all young girls and women, and just all people in general. Michelle Obama to launch a new cooking show for kids on Netflix. First Lady Michelle Obama has confirmed that she is launching a new cooking show for children on Netflix called Waffles and Moki. The 10-episode series will debut in March 2021, next month, and the 57-year-old wrote on her Instagram page, "It is about good food, discovering it, cooking it, and of course eating it. These two will take us on adventures all around the world to explore new ingredients and try out new recipes." Back in 2018, both Michelle and her husband, former President Barack Obama, entered into a multi-year agreement to produce films and series with Netflix, the world's leading internet entertainment service, not management, I'm sorry. And they will produce a diverse mix of content, including the potential for scripted series, unscripted series, docuseries, documentaries, and features. All of their projects will be accessible to more than 125 million households in 190 countries. All right, that's Michelle Obama doing her thing with the cooking show for kids coming up on Netflix in March. Try to lock it in with a positive story here. So, hey, know who it is? Who? That's right.
It's time for what? KP's Video News, y'all.
KP's Video News, y'all.
KP's Video News, y'all.
Peace.